Two US states go to war with each other. They can only use items as weapons that represent their state. What do they fight with and who wins? Arizona and Florida send mass waves of old people zombies at each other. Florida hurts itself in its confusion. Florida man accidentally leads whole community to fight themselves instead of the enemy state. I would give you gold if had it. Best comment so far. Louisiana vs Florida. Each enlist an army of gators, and upon attacking each other all gators preform a death roll, forming a black hole in the swamps. There are no survivors. A picture of the devastation will be released tomorrow by the scientific research team in charge of the Event Horizon Telescope. Impossible, didn't you read the comment? There are no survivors. They didn't just mean at the swamp, they meant the world, Craig, the whole world. Maryland vs Maine. Maryland sics its crab horde on Maine's lobster shock troops. It's an epic battle, but eventually the crabs and lobsters realize the fighting is pointless and join forces to form a crustacean super army. The eastern coastal states are overrun and our new crustacean overlords develop a monopoly over cross-Atlantic shipping. I picture Maryland also fighting with Old Bay by throwing it like pocket sand. Shashashaa. I feel like if I stay here you're just gonna blow Old Bay in my face, so I'm gonna run away. I'm not from the US but I'm learning so much. We're an interesting nation. Any country with Texas and Florida would be interesting. Kentucky and Tennessee grab their respective whiskeys and proceed to have a drinking competition over whose is the best. After gorging themselves on fried chicken and Tennessee-style barbecue, drunk off their asses, they quickly forget their differences and have a good time. Hi Nevada, here can we come hang out at your war? I wouldn't bet on it. Texas, lots of guns, backed by oil money. Florida, Florida man. So it's basically a toss-up. Everyone forgets that Texas and Florida are natural allies in every way and could take on all other states. Louisiana also joins in after feeling like we forgot about them because we did. I'm a Floridian. Plenty of gun-toting psychos around here, I think went pair well with Texas. Coastal states with way too many stupid people, way too much heat, and way too many hurricanes and mosquitoes. We're literally brothers hanging off the United States. I love Florida people. North and South Dakota. Since the Dakotas are not known for anything, I gave them the status moves harden. The result is what happens when a metapod fights a metapod. They both use harden and the only thing lost is time and sanity. Honestly, it would be better if the Dakotas were separated into East and West Dakota, rather than North and South. West Dakota is everything in Montana east of the Beartooth Mountains. Had to verify Billings would go into West Dakota. Agreed. Losing Fort Peck Lake is a minor casualty of this split. Washington v. Oregon. X200B. They both bring legal pot. Washington brings sales tax, but no income tax. Oregon brings income tax, but no sales tax. X200B. They both lose when California comes up and buys all the real estate, sending the market through the roof. I find it hilarious that almost every Western state has a grudge against California for their diaspora of citizens. And then everyone in California points their fingers at each other stating you are the reason why this place is so fudged up. All while half the state is on fire and the other half is low on water. NYC and the rest of New York State. NYC has the Port Authority, and its fleets of trains, boats, and toll booths. The rest of New York has many pissed off people who are sick of hearing "oh, what part of the city" when they say they're from New York. The losers have to keep Buffalo. It doesn't matter that NYC has more people, upstate has more guns than signs that say SAFE Act circled in red with a line through it. Using only one gun per sign, upstaters would dispatch death upon the rebelling city folk. Utah, release the bees. Idaho feebly throws potatoes at the swarm. Edit, of course my first gold is about my home state. Thanks, kind stranger. Idaho can at least throw some bison and surprise geysers in the mix. Utah can stab with the pointy bits on all the temples. Hawaii vs Alaska. I think we all get the gist of this, i.e. this season of Game of Thrones. Can it just be Sunday already? Someone almost convinced me it aired last weekend. Heart skipped a beat. Wait, this Sunday? Yes. I'm so happy. I'm happy I got to confirm it for you. Connecticut eagerly waits for battle knowing its insane taxes will cripple all but the strongest economies. But alas, no one bothers to challenge CT because there is nothing to gain from conquering Connecticut. Hit find to look for the CT response, expecting exactly this, was not disappointed. Me too, I was thinking about CT taxing the shiz out of their enemy and putting unnecessary tolls along the way to slow them down in the invasion. Ah, the tolled earth strategy. Too bad there's not much land to fall back on. New Jersey ends up in its own massive civil war between Taylor ham versus pork roll. It wouldn't be massive. The Taylor ham heretics would be summarily eradicated. Illinois and New York. Their weapon, pizza. Everyone gets bomb-ass pizza and it becomes the most delicious war that's ever been fought. Only half will get bomb-ass pizza. Okay Thanos. Colorado vs Washington. X200B. They both smoke massive amounts of weed and end up chilling on the couch watching Netflix and eating Doritos. War is averted. And then Oregon swoops in to hop on the bandwagon. California tries to make it to the party, but is stuck in traffic. Not to mention, California is just bitter the entire time, because they started the trend that everyone perfected all while they were too busy arguing about it internally. Washington is super passive-aggressive and eventually pisses off Oregon and Colorado. New Hampshire vs Vermont. A shit ton of maple syrup. It's a delicious draw. Scrolled down just to find NH, saw this. I'm howling. Also you forgot the moose will be riding into battle on. Please check their username. Utah attacks Wyoming with a wave of Mormon missionaries, but their plan is thwarted because Interstate 80 is closed at the Wyoming border due to inclement weather. Nobody can attack Wyoming. All roads closed due to high winds. Montana goes to war with Wyoming. Wyoming sends multiple cattle stampedes, but not before Montana gets a bomb over state lines in the mail. There was a total of 17 casualties. No survivors. Wyoming answers with ICBMs. Plenty of those in Montana too. The states with Yellowstone light the supervolcano, so everyone on Earth dies. They said fudge it, if I can't win the no one can all at the same time. Lighting it all at the same time LMAO. North Carolina uses tobacco and has already won. We're already killing everyone else, slow but effective.